tiny bit. And, there's potential that you'll have to leave a shot first or something. Then the contact can favor the side that's leading.
So this will become...
could have lost the market, maybe.
Could have, but on the other hand, white's going to have perfect structure, and there's clearly some shots coming from that red.
I don't think the race is, out of the question.
I'm guessing this is going to be a pretty quick take for Kit. I look at this, and I know Kit...
It's
taking and loves having a great board, and there's contact there.
27.
Yep. I think I take this without counting.
Yeah, I think it's 28 pips or something. It's not completely out of the question. And the 3 men on the 10 point is also kind of awkward.
Yeah, no, this
can't actually clear the 10 point on this roll. Now it's much better because he can actually clear a point.
So I think you make the ace. I mean, you could clear the ace.
No, I believe that keeping the bar point should be better for, you can pretty much clear the 8 point next time. Okay, if you roll a 4, you may not be able to clear it, but then maybe you can clear the 10 anyway. So it's
interesting play from Kit. Kit breaks the 6 prime when there might be shots, but great shot for David.
Yeah, was there a shot? 6-3 would have been a shot. But for the most part, you don't really get that many shots. Yeah, he has to stay back. But the crunch is kind of happening. But at the same time, it's a good roll for Kit. It just gets him back in the race.
So it looks like an awkward 3. The 3 is going to come from the 6 points.
Yeah.
There's
about as good as Kit could have possibly hoped for. I mean, he's back in the race. David is an awkward time clearing. Try 3 is even more awkward.
Here, the 6.
Yeah, I must play safe against a closed board. You can basically never leave a shot against a closed board. And 4-2 is probably going to run. I would be very surprised.
Yeah, you hate to break the board, especially if you're going to likely have to break it next time anyway. So, I mean, you might as well. It seems like
it also hurts you a lot in the race.
Makes a lot of sense. And there is still a race here.
I mean, I'd be pretty shocked if he doesn't do that. You do leave some numbers where you get hit. There is downside, right? But backgammon is ultimately a game of risk, and oh my god, no way. I don't believe it.
Interesting.
I don't know. The race looks close.
Here's the thing. What are you going to do on this roll? It looks like you're going to run.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty close race, no?
I think Kit can handle this criticism. I think Aha!
5-2. What do you do with this? You break the 7 point and leave 11 shots?
You give one more shot. I mean, for one more shot, I think you might want to clear the
back. But how does clearing the 8 help you?
Then you don't have the 8 to clear later?
Yeah, but you have the 7 to clear. Does it help you? I mean, I think you don't leave one more shot if you can avoid it. I'm not sure.
Wait. I would not have brought that in, I don't think.
Why not?
Because now he's forced to run with the 6. And Dave was lucky to roll this number.
You want to run with the 6. I mean, it's still a race, right? The race is not that far.
Well, I guess we don't have to count it because he didn't give himself that option.
I don't know. I mean, 1-6 and white is winning, right? 1-5 and white is winning. You're not that far behind. I mean, you are behind. David is well in front, but it's not chin by any means.
So Kit needs one double and not to miss.
Uh,
And not to get any counter doubles.
he's odd. He can afford a miss, but he needs a double.
Not to miss in a costly.
Twice, yeah.
But of course, the big thing is that David has lots more doubles working here than Kit does. That's the
and it's also getting close to the end now. He needs like a lot of help quickly. I think he needs 2 doubles, right?
No, I don't think so. Look, David has checkers stacked there.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, maybe you're right. No, it's just one double.
He has 5 checkers left, not 4.
Yes.
Yeah, so he only needs 1 double, but
You do it, Kit. Wait, Kit. You play it legally. It's much better.
It's a monster roll.
And it's
as you play it legally.
Comes a requeue right now, and it's
it's just a pass.
Yeah,
3 double and a pass. Yeah, the race was close there. I mean, double 2 was good enough. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So looking back at that position, seeing that only one double made the difference, you were pretty clear that Kit was right to bring that checker in.
Yeah, I would have brought the checker in, but I also would have run with his 4-2. Like,
right.
Backgammon is essentially a race, right? Like, I mean, 90% of positions become races. So.
He's a pretty strong component. 3. Kit continues to win the opening rolls.
Yeah. It's up 3-0, which is a decent sized lead. It's not like overwhelming yet, but it's starting to get into big lead territory. 4-6 runs out. Leaves a deuce shot, but nothing else you can do. 6-5, I think you run. Yeah. Sometimes you can play splitting down, but not after white makes his 4-point.
I rarely make that play. I'm sure it's right sometimes.
Yeah, there are some cases. Usually it's when you have like 5 on the midpoint and your 8-point is stripped, or
Another 6-1, but he's already made the points.
6 is there.
And
1.
Yeah, it looks like that just
1.
You don't want to. You don't want to remove the builder from the bar, and the slotting doesn't look right when you both got only 1 checker back, and he's got the stronger board.
Yeah, you also put pressure on the stripped 8. Like if he rolls 2-1 or 3-1 or something, he can't use it without leaving a shot. This looks like you could play with the 1, I think. Or 3 makes the 3-point.
Or 3
roll.
Let that. Five, 6 in and out. Engage with a semi-prime.
Really needs a 2 or a double 5. 6-5, not the
deal 5-7 there.
So
yeah, what is this?
Normal score, I think you would be like close to a cube, but I don't think you are leading a 3-0, but I'm not 100% sure.
You're way ahead in the race also, isn't that right?
No, you're not, right? Red is ahead in the race. All right. Red is up by 7.
Okay.
So I don't think you have a cube leading 3-0. I mean, maybe it's 0-0, but even then you're like down 7 pips.
I'm inclined to disagree that the score is going to have that much effect on a non-gammonish position. This looks like a position it's not like someone's going to get a bunch of checkers back. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, the score makes a big difference. these things matter.
On an initial cube in a non-gammonish position,
Yep.
3-love lead, I do not feel makes a big difference.
I don't know. I disagree, but we'll see.
I'm
5 makes the 9 and 2.
anyway, I like the cube. Kit likes the cube, and the cube is looking pretty good as red's position doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, but you can double this, right? Is this just like a pass? I don't know. I mean, you'd be down 9 pips. And
so with the blots in red's board, Kit can play kind of big here. But it doesn't need to.
3 seemed kind of weird to like break the 8. I mean, I guess you didn't have a whole lot of good plays. But maybe I would have gone 8 to 2, 7 4.
David is going to build his board, but Kit now has the builders to make the 6 prime.
Yeah.
Which he does.
It makes the 6 prime. So
looks like a really good cube, Kit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have cubed the next roll also. It's not like he would have necessarily lost his market. This is going to be a very tough position for David to win.
1 checker beyond a 6 prime, not a lot of good outcomes here. Really, I think
like down here.
I would guess so. I don't think you leave a blot around here. I mean that can.
Yeah, it is going to leave a blot, but this could like really backfire. Right?
I don't see it. I don't see that at all.
Yeah. I think you want David to go forward before you start hitting him off the edge.
I think what Kit's doing is maybe thinking there are more gammons here. If you can affect a straight closeout before.
Yeah, there are more gammons, but you could also just lose if you get hit back, right? And you're coming out of the ace. That's scary enough for me to not want to do it. Not sure why I went 10 to 7 instead of 9 to 6, but.
So red's buttoning up so that there are no more blocks to pick up.
Now it's very safe to hit him off the edge now that he's made his ace point.
It is much safer because he can't be primed once he's hit back. On the other hand, he doesn't roll a number that works for hitting off the edge. He's certainly not going to break the prime here. So
right.
Yay, double 6s. Not the most helpful in this position, but still, it does actually help for any freak gammon. Fewer freak gammons here.
It's true. It does help save gammons. This is not a particularly good roll, but I guess this.
And that's interesting. That wouldn't have instantly occurred to me. I might have moved the builders forward, but kept them in front of the point.
I think this makes sense because it gives you the most flexibility to hit them. Like if you roll like.
Is that a 4-2? That's a 4-2.
It looks like a 4-2. Yeah, it's gonna have to make the ace.
So there could be awkwardness. 6 point is gone.
Indeed. David has unfortunately broken his board, so contact is going to be tough for him. Like I think here you just go 8 to 2 and 8 to 6.
So this is an interesting technical play. You could hit loose, keep a checker bait on 5 prime, or you could.
That's what I would do.
So 1 checker bait on a 5 prime, but clearly there is a joker sequence here.
Yeah, 2-6 for the wrong 8.
Wrong 8.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 something.
3, it looks like.
Okay. Yep.
So barring a miracle here, Kid is going to win this game as well.
And it certainly doesn't look like there's going to be any gammons here because Dave is in the first shape.
Yeah, gammon would be even more of a miracle.
So no big blunders, no even tremendously dramatic games, just a quick 5-point lead.
That's how to do it. That's the best way to do it.
I think the only time we said
David may even be playing better right now.
Yeah, the only time we said was that Kit Woolsey breaking your board.
Yeah, I think that was the only play that really stood out to me. Games have been pretty much just a quick make a point, escape, make a prime, and and that's the game. Or get into a race and roll a double.
Happy 4th of July, Matt.
Happy 4th of July, Jeremy, and everyone else watching.
Got any plans?
Watching the 47th Michigan Summer Championships.
Very good. Very, very good. Hot dog in hand.
Yourself?
There's some kids over. My kid's birthday is near this date, so there's some pool and some trampoline activity happening. All right. Hey, cool. David, please, the opening roll.
Oh yeah, I made a point of the board even.
Make some points and against a weak reply, so
yeah,
Dave is looking for stuff.
At like 9-7, this would be a cube, I think, but not here.
And hits here. All right.
A good roll.
Certainly thinking extra aggressive thoughts. A lot is going to ride on.
After a fan, it's a cube. Oh, it's just a double. I mean, it should be a take, but
yes, kid is going to take. But I would start thinking about it. I mean, this
was definitely a cube. Yeah, you can use the market quite easily, actually.
And it's one of those things is that it doesn't look like gammonish, but you've got to remember you're at the beginning of a game. Gammons can happen after a good season.
Yeah, so you can roll a joker. You can roll double 4, double 5, double 6, and it's also very hard for Kit to use the cube when he's holding a 2 cube leading 5-0. So, that was definitely a swing that you would want to.
David wants to be looking to be really aggressive in situations where there's a possibility of gammons, and I think he just missed that.
Right.
But Kit did anchor up, so now
now he's happy that he didn't cube because Kit still owns the 20-point. Nothing really bad is going to happen to him for a while. I mean, at the same time, Kit is still an underdog, but David's not going to be losing his market for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, if Kit fans here, he can double that, but I still don't think he's lost his market.
5-2 is going to hit back. Enter on the 20.
Yeah. (5-1) is not the greatest, but I guess you have to come in on the 24 and come down. You could hit on the ace, actually. It's probably better. Gives you better distribution. Kit has 3 blocks. It feels somewhat close. Like, it doesn't feel like hitting on the ace is like the greatest thing you can do, but
4-2
he makes the 4th one. There's one reason why hitting is good when you guys unroll. You just take away half the roll, even if it's not a point you want to hit on.
It's not a point you want to hit on, and you're way ahead in the race, and your opponent's
right. Yeah, there were certainly arguments for coming down. I just think with the distribution, the strip midpoint, and the 4 checkers in each point, it kind of made some sense.
So can get a stable game out of this. Double 2 is interesting.
1 is that double 2?
That's what I see, but it's a little blurry.
Okay.
I think I'm seeing double 2s.
Either way, it's gonna hit.
Yeah, if this were 2-1, I think you would.
Yeah, you would have played it already. Yeah, So it looks like he comes in, hits, and then makes the 11.
Yeah, making 11 looks right, especially with the open 5 points. And, when you got the 20 point, whoop, he's not doing that.
Coming in on the 21 and going to a 7.
I don't like it as much. I mean, could
Yeah.
be giving him a lot of. It's hard.
I don't think it's like a terrible play or anything, but
So here, do
I
you make
think the 11. What's that?
Now double 5s here, right? I think that seems reasonable.
Interesting. You could also go 10 and 3, but
all right, Kit comes in with a 4, and so suddenly we have a high anchor backing.
yeah.
Kit will double 4s, and it means he can come in with 1, and now he knows he's got a game for some
I
time.
just played the rest of them. Do you just slot the 5?
Slot the 5 and maybe come out to the 16 there.
That's a lot of plots.
I'm not sure.
You can come out and make the 9. So maybe I think I just do this. Slot the 5 and come down. I'm gonna say like he's gonna have to clean up his strip points somehow. So David can play safe, but then Kid is gonna start to build stuff. Was there anything else? Was 13 to 2 a play? Probably not. Now you're in a bit of a sticky situation. I would have maybe looked for something else with the 6-5, but I don't know if there really was anything.
They could cover the 2.
Yeah, you can.
2 builders on the 6 and leave everything stripped. I think maybe covering 2 looks pretty good.
Yeah, if you do this, he's going to come out with a 4, and he can kind of or have 2 or a 6, right? So if he rolls an odd number, he'd be stuck, but he'll just come out with any roll. So and normally you don't like to be odd on the 10 point and like totally strip, but you also have the 2 checkers on the midpoint to clear. This is a great shot. 4-1 covers and hits. He wasn't going to be able to hit with like almost any roll except a 4-1. What is this now?
I still
this
take.
Is a huge double. I'm not sure it's a take.
I still take.
I don't know. He missed a double there.
I'm sure it's a double, but I think I would have taken it. But this was a true joker. It doesn't. I mean, the joker aspect of it is that he cleaned up the 10 points. Yeah, and this
is like. I think this is too good, to be honest. I don't know. I mean,
I wouldn't go that far, but I don't go that far because I don't think I'm too good as much.
Well, I mean, how do you actually lose? How do you regain the market here?
You roll something really awkward. You roll another double 3s that strips you.
Yeah, there is some sequence, but you could also just win a gammon. That's way more likely, right?
So I think we saw one checker play we didn't love so much from Kit, which was the breaking the board. But here, I think we've seen David not quite recognizing that he's down in the match, and he's had some aggressive cubes that he's passed by here.
Yeah.
And those are cubes with, when you are down in the match, if you've got these sort of racing cubes where really only 2 points can be at stake, you don't want to give in to playing ultra aggressive, to doubling ultra aggressively, because with only 2 points at stake, things are kind of closer to money. But when you're down and there are cubes that have gammon potential, you need to be much more aggressive. And I think that's what's missing here.
There are cubes with gammon potential, and also where you're a favorite and Kit can't like use the cube in the future. Yeah. You limit his ability to use it. Like even this looks close to a cube, but not yet. This is a little bit too aggressive, I think.
He's duplicated the 2s and 4s. Very good. Roll some even numbers. He did not.
You can make the 3 and hit, or you can make the 4 and play to the 21. But I think I would like make the 3 point and hit on the ace. Maybe.
And bring a checker down to the 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is okay. like Kit's gonna make his 5 point next.
Oh no, he moved the checker back from the
Right,
10.
right.
I thought he'd played 5.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like terrible or anything, but you've basically just equalized, and it seems like if you hit him,
I agree. I
there
think
are 4 fanning rolls where you've like it just goes to a double pass.
2 point. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay, we have another raggedy but somewhat gammonish position if Kit doesn't do anything good here.
Yeah, this is a little bit trickier because Kit has made his 5 point, but
Yeah,
even so, it's a decent position. But I mean, if he comes in, I don't think you have anything.
interesting. He's on the bar. Yep.
He's on the bar and
Good,
made his 5 point. I don't think it's
there for Kit.
3 covers and the 4 I think makes the 20.
4 could do either one. 20 or
hitting is good, but the 20 point is so strong, and like you can hit next time, right?
And I think here the score comes into play. You really want that anchor to cut down so that you can play a game that's more normal. If you don't make the anchor, you could be facing a nasty game.
Yeah, I mean the anchor is also like such a good point. It's not just like you're making some random anchor. It's like one of the best points to make.
But it does not and gets hit back, and so now we're in a free-for-all. We're in a free-for-all, and this is the kind of thing where interesting. So Kit enters with a 3 and has an awkward 6.
Oh, it's not awkward. You like to play a 6, but yeah,
Not
to the 16 or the 14. Not sure.
Now he's got duplicated 4s.
Duplicated reds 4s. But you duplicate your own 4s.
5 could hit loose, which makes sense when your opponent has 3 blots.
It does make sense, and you have.
And I mean, you're also under attack.
10 men in the zone.
So it's that ragged anti-positional, but I think it's sure called for here because
yeah, all the other plays aren't really that great either. Oof.
Okay, so slow down, David. Slow down, David. This is kind of what you're looking for. This is the kind of position.
He's gonna roll. I know he's gonna roll.
This is exactly what
it looked like a pretty strong cue, but I mean it's an easy test.
Okay, but look at this play, 5-1.
Fun is should you clear the 6?
I think you clear the 6. So this is how you put
it's the play that people always joke about, but is sometimes correct.
I mean, anything else is just sort of passive.
Yeah, you leave a blot anyway.
Yeah.
Here you put a second man on the roof.
Yeah, I don't see any alternative, but it's a pretty play.
Yeah. I mean, if you hit,
greatness is thrust upon you. Sometimes you reach out for greatness.
If you don't get hit back, like you just have a super strong game. Yeah, this leaves more shots and only puts 1 man on the bar instead of putting 2 men on the bar. But it is better on some sequences, such as this one. It hits loose. I guess that makes sense. David needs a good roll, which he doesn't get. So what's going on with Kit? Is he just rolling?
He's got duplicated 2s and 4s. So
oh man, he has such a super strong game, but he's up 5-1.
So, but he does need 6 more points. I mean, you
right
points on the play here.
Yeah, is this even a take? Like, what is going on? Like, you're in a terrible position now.
I think this is a pass. I mean, I want to take this even 5-1. I mean,
yeah,
it looks great to, you get lots of recube vig.
If he doesn't cover,
but your position
fine. But 6-3 and 5-3 and double 3 also cover. So all the 3s in addition to the 4s and 2s. And double 6 is also a good roll.
Double 6 is both.
Yeah, double 5 is like a pretty good roll. Like, what are the bad rolls? 6-5, 5-1, and 6-1.
I mean, it is threatening to have the best 4 points, whereas David is always
it feels like a pass to me. Like it's just so strong of a position. And there's always some consideration that it could be too good, but when you're leading, people sometimes take positions, and if there's any chance of a take, you should just double.
So the kid is 5 away, 10 away.
Yeah.
Which is why you want to slot here, I think, in an opening 4-1. You want to play for more gammonish positions. It's not a big.
It's close. It's close, but yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure. I think it might be right this split. It's got to be very close.
So
I mean, you do like more gammonish positions, but you still want to win the game. That's the most important thing. Right?
It's true.
For one, I don't think you're hitting. I mean, you could hit, but it looks so anemic.
I'm sorry, this is 4-1 for Kit, right?
Yeah. I guess you hit. Maybe you hit.
That looks right. Because anything else he's got a position.
Yeah, anything else he just starts moving. But
so
it looks so anemic. What do you do now? Maybe it was 13-9, 24-23. Here you have to run. That's a very good roll, actually, because you get to play with one man back instead of two men getting primed.
This is not. I mean, I guess you don't worry about your back checkers because there's no front position.
Yeah, you just make the bar, and if you make the 5 point, then you have a monster game. 2-6, very good roll.
It's
tremendous roll there.
Can you think about keeping from the bar here? You got aces and no. Okay.
Even if you hit, you don't necessarily lose the market, and if you don't hit, you're an underdog. So,
is what is happening now. So Kit's in this weird position where his position is ugly, but it's ahead in the race, and that might be all that matters if he can.
Yeah, if he didn't have the man back on the 23 point, he could consider doing something, but he has so many points to fill in and bring home. So the guard back on the 23 is really threatening to.
Oh, what are you doing? What?
Did he misread the dice? It looks like he misread the dice, yeah. Okay, he misread the position. He's putting him back in the wrong spot. Yeah. Kit is trying to fix it.
So they were 2 checkers each on the 8 and the 7. So he needs to move that down to get to the original position. Correct. Okay.
Kit is correct, but David seems to be in disagreement. Looks like they're gonna go to a video, maybe.
They could just ask us.
Ask someone.
Of course, they're on delay here, so we'd have to shout back through time. I think there's a science fiction game coming out that has one of my favorite quotes in it, which is if no one from the future has come back to tell me not to do it, how bad can it be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So here we are from the future telling them no.
It'd be awkward if they altered the thing though, and then future us didn't exist anymore. Butterfly effect.
No one told me the risks of commentating.
Yeah, so I don't know, what's been going on in this game so far? Kit got a tremendous swing to escape both checkers, but he still has to clear through the 23 point.
Yep, and that sentry on the 23 against him is going to be hard.
Yeah. It's hard to bring enough builders down to make the points and create safe landing spots. You only have 6 men or 4 men to fill in 2 points. It's very hard to do.
But eventually it will become a holding game. And a holding game is exactly what Kit wants because he doesn't have to really worry about the match score effect. So even with 6-1,
yeah, He could double if he had like just a straight holding game. Even if he got to a point where it was like a money double, even if he had the man back on the 23, then he could just like consider doubling.
So now we're seeing the camera with the position back in time.
The world of...
And if we could hear the audio, we could hear ourselves commentating.
No, they're gonna...
It's been
adjusted. It has been adjusted. Okay.
And wait, and he made...
That is a legal play. That one was legal.
Wait.
Up. Your phone is coming back out.
Someone is offering him advice on how to play it. It's an unusual aspect of...
No, I think he was pushing the checker on the deuce point back for a second.
All right, I think we're in business.
Yeah.
Why did you make that play, Kettler?
I hope Kit has taken enough time to count the race and the intervening. Double 2 is a very good roll. That makes the 4.
Does it just make the 9 as a way to just have space for builders?
I think you make the 4. Like you need those points against the the 23 point. And like it shouldn't be too hard to clear some point. You might not be able to clear the 11 or the 13, but like
no spares, but it's
right. Too many points is a myth.
You have every landing point.
6-2 should have gone 13-5, I think. Yeah, for sure. Like if you get hit with an ace, you would have a return shot, and here you can just clear the midpoint with any roll.
So how far are we ahead here?
It's a good question. 14 and 26. Not enough. That's for sure. 26 minus 3 is 23. 23 minus 16. 23 minus 14. You're up 9. Is that right?
I gotta do muscles in some time. Ah, interesting.
Wow.
Quick take. I think that makes sense because this doesn't really look like a double.
It was 9 pips, correct? 14, 26. Yeah, it seems like it's not that much in the race. Yeah, it doesn't look like a double to me.
Again, it's not so much the score, which doesn't have a huge effect on a low volatility and a non-gammonish position here, but it just...
Yeah, if you get to a point where it's like a money double, then you can like make a good cube. But the score does impact positions that are like no double, where they become like bigger no doubles because it's like close to 50-50 and the cube can come back like pretty quickly. I mean,
so everything we've been saying about how this is a non-gammonish position, so it's sort of close to money, is true for an initial cube. It is not true for a recube. So David has to know that he can double much earlier. He can redouble much earlier. It's a position where he's not going to have a lot of chances. Well, so there's 2 ways for David to win this position. One is to hit a shot, and he's not going to be able to redouble aggressively before hitting a shot. But the other way is he can simply win the race. And so if he gets into a racing position, his recube window is much more aggressive than it would be for money.
Correct. This was a pretty good sequence for Kit, I think. David was forced to move up.
So Kit
spent a lot of time play with the 2. I mean,
Kit spent a lot of time with jellyfish in the early 90s. That is a jellyfish play from the 90s.
Yeah, there is something to be said for slotting the points in your board rather than playing awkwardly, but you give him free reign to come out with the spare. Right. If he didn't have a spare on the 20, then sure. But like, here he can just come out with any 4 or 6, and you can't hit. So, if you only had 2 men on the 20, then it would make a lot of sense to play flexibly.
So do you stay on the 13 just for fun?
Yeah. There's no roll that hits. I mean, 8-2 maybe, but like,
There's a number of ways to play this 4-3. You could make both points, leaving a spare on the 8.
Making both points seems odd. That seems weird. I prefer something like this.
Okay.
Like you still want to play for the race and play flexibly. And now you can actually hit them occasionally, right? You can hit with like 1-2, 1-4, double ace, 1-6, 1-5, maybe. Yeah, I mean the race is pretty close, right? It's these things about these close races. I think you have to like clear the bar. You can do this, but this hurts you in the race also. Like you don't want that many men on your ace point. Yeah, I don't think I don't know if Kit like miscounted the race when he doubled, or he just thought like up 9 pips was enough or what.
Hard to believe he would have thought 9 pips was enough.
Yeah.
That's not the way that would have worked. So.
Ooh, cocked barely.
You can never do it the second time. It's much better.
Kit's in pretty good shape here, but the race is still like not out of the question by any means, right? Double six and red is like redoubling, so. I think you clear the 6 point. Maybe this. No, this is, I guess, better for the distribution.
6 something, 6 and a die in the light.
I can't see the other die. Looks like a 3. It is going to come out if he can, which he's not. It's not a good roll for the board, but it's the biggest roll that doesn't come out. But the race is rapidly evaporating, so I think you prefer to keep the board.
Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't. I guess that's better than the alternatives.
Yeah, I mean, you could go with some other play.
You played 6-4 and 3-1.
Yeah, but this is better for the race still. Three-two should just come to the 9 point. You're still losing. So
one more
would be nice.
But of course, he doesn't have to do anything with small numbers like that.
Yeah. David could still be in it with a big roll, but he needs one relatively quickly.
And I don't even know. Do you wait? I think you just fine here because the chances of getting a shot and then doing something with it is low.
Not sure. I mean,
nope. You're happy you left now.
Yeah, but not really. Basically, either play would now be it, minus losing a single game. You would have some opportunity to hit him with the other play, but it would be very unlikely. And even if you hit, you wouldn't win. So. So Kit's going to be up 8-1. If nothing truly extraordinary happens.
So I would say
Hugh Hosen was telling me someone won this game once. And so Mike Shabani said he didn't believe it.
So I don't know that there's a huge difference in how much you're going to play for the score between 6-1 and 8-1. I mean, 6-1 is already pretty big. It's not like we're in totally different.
Kit really can't double unless he gets to like a race, maybe a holding game.
Correct. So he's in a position now where his undoubled gammons play so well for him that almost any time that there are gammon chances, he's going to play for undoubled.
Yeah, and David could, take essentially any position. And, that lends itself to David doubling earlier, even though, 6-1 isn't a huge difference. Like, it still means the Kit can't redouble almost any position. So if he's a favorite, you can pretty much double and just you know, if backgammon, if it were just like a last roll position, you would double any position where you're a favorite, right? So like, given that Kit can't really use a 4 cube at all, you can double pretty aggressively.
So Kit has a 3-2 here, and he's thinking about splitting, and he's trying to decide. So 2 down is a nice builder play, but your opponent has the 5 point. So I mean, both are
13 to 8. It's not like the worst. I think I would split somehow. I think I would split with the 2, maybe come down with the 3, but. And I think I would have doubled actually if I were David. But,
David has a lot of choices with a 3 here. Could hit a second checker, could bring a builder down, could split. I guess I'm not inclined to do that, but it's plausible. It's plausible.
It all feels fairly close. Like this should definitely incline you to double.
This is, you're not playing for money. You're playing a match. that was a double.
Yeah, I mean, Kit would actually have a very difficult decision, right? Yeah. Like you want Kit to have a difficult decision, not just to be like, I pass again. 3-1. I guess you have to hit with this. I mean, you want to anchor, but the 3-point isn't the best anchor in the world. I would come up with a 3 rather than create another blot. You also start a better anchor.
You could also just put the 8 point, or there's a lot of things you could do. So here I think you're going to hit, and you're going to, I would have hit there. He's got 4 blocks.
I like his play.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, making the 20, like now Kit has to clean up the position still, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, he did roll 2-1 to clean everything up. But, making the 20 point is always like, it can hardly ever be wrong to make the 20 point.
When you are down and playing for more aggression. I
mean, especially with the cube in the center too. But
one more time, Dave. Dave, this looks like a good money position. This is a position where
I'm not so sure about this one, actually.
Oh, I think so. I mean, you could look. He's got 2 builders to make the 9 points for the nice 5 prime there, but Kit doesn't want to be in this position because lots can come. So I agree with this cube.
This one feels pretty close to me. This one is much less scary than the previous one. Like, yeah, if he makes the 9, I guess he lost the market. But like, if you make the 4, did you lose the market?
Yeah. So notice the fact that Kit is actually considering passing this.
That would be crazy. He has the 3-point anchor. David has a man back.
Okay.
Like he could win the race. He could make a counter pry. He could do all kinds of things. If he makes the 9, if he makes the 9 and you make the 5, you haven't even lost the market, I guess, because like you still haven't primed. Nice. 3-1 makes the 5. The 5 comes out, always come out. That will hit and make the 8. The problem with doubling against an anchor is it's very difficult to do anything super fantastic unless there suddenly appears a blot and you somehow hit it, The nice thing about doubling when he doesn't have an anchor is he may never make a point.
He has some jokers here, but he's going to make his bar.
He makes the bar, yeah. Pretty good.
Dave wants to make his 9.
9 is the best point to make. 3-2 will have to. You can come up and make the 11, but that's scary. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not so sure I want to come up. I mean, obviously you love it if you want to get it out, but like you had time and you activate the 3 and the 4 to just like point on you. I mean, you would use the 6-2, but now he has 6-3, 6-4, 4-3. I think I would have stayed back on the 23, even though I normally come up to the edge. Because it looked like so scary to come up. 3 just makes the 11. But yeah, now kick can make the bar with the 3 or 1, you know? I mean, that really kind of swung things a lot.
So he makes the bar and the 6 prime, but
yeah,
a lot of space.
So the 4 is the 4 8-4 or is it 6-2? Normally you keep the 6 prime, but if you get hit with an ace, it's really scary. And if you,
I mean, I think I would be inclined 8-4. But
yeah, I think so. I mean, 1-6, you really hate going 8-4.
Yes.
But if you get hit with an ace, you are typically entering and breaking your prime. And even if you don't get hit with an ace, you have to roll like a perfecta next time. Right? Like you have to come out with a 6 and cover with a 6. And like nothing else moves. So I think I would go 8-4 and just leave the 6-1.
Double twos is very nice. That is a joker.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, 1-6. I think you'd have preferred a 1-6.
Oh yeah. 1-6. Sorry, that's the second best one.
But still, it wasn't on my bingo card. Oh, I'll just make a 6 prime.
Yeah, this is a good play from Kit.
Mm-hmm.
Want David to roll a number that doesn't hit you and just move some
big, but this was kind of small.
Yeah. David is actually a pretty big favorite. Yeah, I mean, Kit's gonna have to just try to like save a gammon, basically. I think. I mean, he could go 7-3, but how are you possibly gonna win? I think you make the ace.
I agree. You just minimize the number of blots you can end up with back.
Yeah, like even if he comes in with 1-5, you're still like way behind. Like you don't want to get into that mess.
I don't know. You're up 8-1. You feel like
yeah,
fun here. Play for the crowd. No, he makes the ace. I agree.
I mean, yeah, 1-5 would come in and break the prime, but you would be way, way behind. 4-3, clearing the 6, I believe, is correct. It's better than going 7-3 and 5-2 because if you roll a 5 next time, you don't break your 6 point, potentially leaving a blot in the process.
So, Dave, you're going to have some interesting decisions because at this score, where you want to get
could be trap plays, but it doesn't look like it because it looks like Kit's board is going to be too strong to make trap plays.
If Kit were to break more, I mean,
you would have to come down to a 3-point board or maybe even like around a 3-point board, I think.
Well, so for money, around a 3-point board is a trade-off here. But you got to remember, he really, really wants gammons. He's already doubled, and the 3-point anchor that Kit has sort of minimizes Kit's gammons if he plays normally.
How big is this gammon price of this score? Isn't it like barely better than for money?
That would be.
You want to win the game, right? I don't know. I think you want to win the game.
I mean, yeah, of course you want to win the game, but your gammon price, I would be surprised if it were the same as for money.
It's not the same as for money, but it's not like 1. I think it's like 0.6 or something, you know?
But it looks like he did not do any of those things. And in fact, Kit kept his board longer, so that's okay. We were just having a moving inside. Roll's a little awkward.
This is very awkward. Gotta do this. Yeah. But it's very awkward.
4-1. Two-one is nice.
Very good roll. Comes in and puts the spare on the best point and makes the board.
Come on, make it interesting. Ooh, he does roll a 4, but he escapes. 4
Yeah,
more.
but that 2-1 really changed the dynamic.
That plays really well. I mean, it's not. Well, he's not going to take it back. So not a lot of gammons here, but there is still a second checker out there.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
4.
like
That's good.
15% or something like that. Is that?
I would have guessed.
Less?
I don't know. I'm just thinking based on if it's only
Certainly less with the guys on the ace and the deuce.
right. Banning is certainly helping David here.
Yeah, Kit would like to come in. That's for sure. Even though he's a big favorite to save a gammon, he still needs to come in order to do so. It's very hard if you don't come in to save the gammon.
Yep. Comes in poorly, but he does.
Stacy's, but they're probably extremely.
Maybe you have to roll some doubles here to make it interesting.
Yeah, he really only needs one, but
well, he needs one depending upon what Kit rolls. But yes.
Yeah, I needs one to make it interesting. doesn't need one to win. But, 5-3 is a pretty big roll. He needs at least one to make it interesting. Yeah.
Oh,
one will make it interesting. One will definitely make it interesting.
Nope, not so interesting. Very good, Kit.
All right. No, 8-3.
3 away, 8 away.
Yeah. Kit will still be very hampered with the cube until it gets until the score is much closer.
He can double races.
Yeah, he can double races.
Normal, but if he has any gammon threat, he's going to play on, and if there's gammon threat against him, he's going to be really cautious. So it's
holding games are actually better to double than races, but yeah.
Oh, interesting, right? Because there's less free cube equity. Because
right.
Free cube efficiency in the holding game. Interesting.
Yeah, but it has to be like a holding game where you're up like 30 pips, not like 9. You know, that makes a big difference.
Makes a nice anchor.
Yeah.
It's gonna make his 8 points and probably splits.
Yeah, he should split. Even though David is stacked, he doesn't have another good 2. You have to move those guys at some point. War 1 is probably 20 and 21. I mean, you could go 13-8, but that seems wrong. I like this one.
Very good.
War 2 makes the 4 point. And if Kit doesn't roll something good here, it's a pretty strong position.
It is. That's not very good.
I would be doubling here for sure.
Yep. You've got this 4 prime that could become a 5 prime on his head.
Yeah, he has to come out with the front guy to the 14.
Yeah, no, this is a strong position. You've got an anchor.
Yep.
David, you've got an anchor. Nothing bad can happen to you. You're
okay. 13-8 looks like the right play.
This is a consulting Chouette, David, right? Aren't you supposed to?
David has definitely missed some opportunities with the trailing in the match to create bigger swings.
And you're still here. I think so he's got 1 fewer blood to shoot at, but he's still in a position where
5-2 has got to be a hit.
Okay.
And you can break the midpoint, but then you're breaking the mid, I think.
I might have come down with 2. That
just feels so.
All right, double pass.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, for money, like at 0-0, you could consider taking, but even then, you're not like in love with this position. And the score makes a pretty big difference, I think. I mean, at 0-0, I guess I would take 8 and 18. Yeah. I do think it's a take at 0-0, but I think it's not enough at this score. I mean, you know.
Oh, wow, nice.
It does make some sense that if it's like a take, you know, you still want to be taking, but I think the score makes a really big difference here.
I mean, so, you know, Kit has no recube equity. So
right.
That's one part of it. But the other part of it is, I mean, there are freak gammons here, right? He's got
yeah, sure.
He's got 8 checkers on the outfield.
They're not so freak.
This is not.
They're not as freak as.
You've got freak gammons and some normal gammons, yeah.
Like you definitely win more gammons there than you would from the starting position. Maybe you win like 25% or something. I don't know.
So 6 prime is very nice to have. Okay, that's pretty good too.
That is a good response, but you're still unhappy that you took being behind a 6 prime.
It seems like he's probably going to want to make his 5 point, and I guess
the 5 is for sure, and then I guess he's looking at making it 12 or coming up or going 8 to 6.
Is there if you just does he want to be on the 24 or the 23?
I think you want to be on the 24.
And
like,
why? What's the?
Because you have so many checkers in the outfield. Like, if you were like, yeah, he has to break his prime and then I have to escape, then you would want to be on the 23. But because it's more like I'm worried about getting gammoned. And I also have a lot of time before I have to come up.
Okay, this is interesting. Kit does have.
Yeah, if Kit makes the 4 point, it's like really strong.
Do not want
to make the 2. That's not what he wanted.
It makes it harder for
David needs to come in with 1. No.
Which he does.
Yeah, but there's a 3 going along with it. Yeah. Had to be a 1 that wasn't 4-1 or 3-1.
So I don't think you try to stay back for anything there. I think you
you just hope he rolls smaller than a 5. How do you play a 4?
Yeah, so you've got a 4 there that could hit, and again, maybe these are gammons here, but maybe they're gammons here from when white collapses.
Yeah.
You're hoping for shots here as white.
Well, it is interesting. I really don't know the answer to that one. 5-1, I think you clear the 8 point. Oh, he's coming up. What's the idea here, though? Like, you just get closed out more often, right? Does this ever work? What does it do for you? If he rolled double 4s. If he rolled double 4s, you could escape. I mean, there is something to be said for playing for double 4, but I'd be worried about getting closed out more often. But maybe he's right to come up. I don't know. It's probably close.
Do you hit loose? Probably not.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe you did, because like you'd have to come in with an ace and something else, and then like you'd have to come right back with an ace, and this is like awkward. Yeah, I think I did. I think I do like the hitting loose on the previous one actually.
I think you're forced to make the point here.
Yeah, you have to make the 2 and leave a 1-6.
Okay,
normally you don't hit loose against a prime, but I think Kit was far enough forward that it was okay. And also your alternative was like pretty strict and
so close, Kit.
Yeah. 6-2 makes the ace. So these are typically just single wins for red, but sometimes crazy things happen. Either Kit ends up winning or he ends up getting gammon through some. These would be free gammons.
Kit winning seems more likely here.
It's pretty close.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're both about.
They're both pretty
1 to 2%.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a crack in the armor. It needs one more.
2-1, not helpful for David.
2-1 typically not the best roll in a race. 6-6 followed by 2-1. Not what you want. But Kit still needs another double to have any life. But a big double would give a lot of life.
Yeah, it's usually 5 rolls.
Double 2 would make it interesting.
The gap doesn't matter so much because he's got a miss. He's allowed a miss. But Kit has done well at not missing at all up to this point.
Yeah, Kit has done quite.
Oh, there you go. Very good.
Not going to be enough.
End of drama.
5-8 for David. Be right back. I'm going to grab the charger.
So now we're at 3 away, 6 away. So we're getting closer to the point where the lead is not overwhelming, where the 6 away sort of matters as well, and this becomes a little bit more thinking about the ins and outs of each score rather than just, oh, there's a big lead.
Correct. Yeah, I would say these are positions where you can start to seriously consider doubling if you would double for 0-0. This is interesting. You can play 18 and 9, I think is the right move.
Interesting.
I think I would go 18 and 9. This leaves you very stacked. It does make the 4 point, which is better than the 9 point, but you don't come out, and the other play has much better distribution.
Yep.
3-2 is a great shot. Four 3 is probably 20 and 5.
I agree.
It rolls a 4-3. How do you play this one? I guess you're 13 to 6.
Hit 2 or 13 to 6.
Hitting 2, you break the 8 at the same time. And like, what do you gain? You gain if he fans with both. On the other hand, this looks disgusting also.
You gain not
you just, yeah, you put a 6 checker on the 6 and all your other men. I don't know if I like the 6-2. I think I would consider trying to make Kit do something with his gross position. Normally you do want to anchor. But Kit's so awkward. 6-3 should just be 7 and 3, I believe.
That is what calls to me.
You could play 7 and 10, but I think this is better. You don't strip the midpoint. It's usually better to leave fewer plots.
I would think, I don't think I would hit you. I think I'd bring 2 down from the 6.
Yeah, I agree. If you hit, you face a cube. I think, maybe not. but you know,
Both have 2-point boards.
you-
You're on the bar. I don't think.
maybe not. But you know, the 2 off the 6 should be considerably better. Like, I don't know. You'd just be playing with 3 blots in a totally stacked position. And like, you know, even if he fans, you're far from winning. So, you know, getting hit back would be a total disaster. And if you play 2 off the 6, I mean, okay, you're an underdog, but like not by that much. You put checkers in good spots, and then later you can hit. Double 6 makes the race much better for David. Pretty good roll. Only better roll is double 5, I guess, maybe, or double 4.
6-2.
6-2 is oof. I guess you go this and 6-4.
I guess you're not so worried about.
Oh, he has 2 blots.
Right, yes,
And if you bring 2 men in, then you roll 6 next time, or you know.
Yep. And what happens if you just run from the back and go to the mid?
If you run from the back, what is the race? You're down 6 and 12, and then down 18, 19. You're down 15. You're down 14 pips. Is that before the roll? I forgot. But either way, you're considerably behind in the race.
I think you're down 12 before the roll is played.
Okay.
So 8.
I got 14, but sure. If it's, I mean, either way, you're going to be behind in the race, and you're leaving him like all the numbers to just like point on you or hit
Right, so that doesn't look
3.
like, so leaving doesn't look good behind the race by 12.
Yeah.
So this looks good, and Kit finds the nice play.
Yeah.
He's not worried about an ace shot here. I guess an ace-2 or something like that, but that's not really what he's worried about. So this makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you're more worried about rolling like a 6 right now. You know, obviously you could get hit, but this would be a total mess if you had made the other play. Obviously, putting 2 men on the deuce point isn't great either, but it beats, you know, breaking one of your points. Three one is making the deuce point, I guess.
Yep. You could break the 8, but then you've just broken the 8 and you don't get much for it. But
right, and this at least slots another point in your board.
So you play the 3. Now the 1 looks fairly clear. I don't think you just stack it on the ace. So shifting over looks
right. Yeah, you wanna keep building your board.
Ah!
Yeah, I mean this just makes it so much harder to build a 5-point board in the future, whether you get hit or not. Yeah,
I
you know.
guess he's thinking maybe that there could be a shot right now and he doesn't want to blot, but
Yeah, but even if there is a shot right now, you could hit and cover maybe, or you know,
I agree.
or you might miss the shot, and then what happens? You know, like 4-3 is an interesting play. I guess that's the right play.
And
This looks like a good cube.
yes, I mean,
This looks like a really strong cube. I don't know. The 4-3 was interesting. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure about the 4-3. What is this? This just looks like a pass, right?
11-10.
Is this a take?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the race is very close.
Yeah, but how do you get to a race?
You roll doubles. I don't know, but yeah. So Kid is taking.
I would think it's a pass. Yeah.
I
mean, the 3rd man on the ace really hurts.
Yeah, he doesn't have the builders to really attack well once you make your.
Right. The third man on the ace was really. I mean, if he made the other ace, maybe it's just like a pass.
Oh, this is not good. Whoops.
Not good. This is the problem with this position.
The 4, and then you
it's down
a little bit, and then you try to find your 2.
Well, the 2 is down.
I guess so.
I mean, it's just fewer shots, right? You don't want to get hit.
He's got a lot of time in his clock, so he can,
He can all over this roll. Oh wow, he does do this. Why is he leaving more shots though? Like, I don't understand this play. I don't get it. He would have been double hit either way, I guess. But I don't know. It felt like a pass to me. I mean, I see that. Having the anchor and like you can have a crashed board and that's fine. But like when you also have men in the outfield on top of that, it becomes really scary because there's stuff like this.
Well, David's done really well. The 3-1 was great. So cleaning up his board.
Sure.
There are gammons here, and they're kind of few wins, right? I mean, now that your board is crashed and you're solely behind the race, it's really hard to.
It is difficult, but it is
possible.
It is possible, but very difficult. You're way more likely to get gammon than you are to win. I mean, and gammon would be 9-8. Like, it's a small swing.
Yeah, I mean, Kit took this. I mean,
3-1 was not great,
but he took it, and he wasn't. He could have focused on how much he doesn't want to be gammoned here. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, even at 0-0, this would have been a really strong cue, like with the 3-point board and the 2 men in the outfield. So 4-1 can make the bar.
You want him.
So you don't want him to run with a 3, and you also create another landing space. But like for sure, you don't want him to run with a 3. I think.
So, but it's only the 3s that don't. I mean, it's I guess the double 3s or the
double 3 would be the big swing. I don't know. I mean, this can't be like a mistake, right? Like,
right. My mind moved to this quicker.
Right. It's a pretty good roll. Brings a man in, goes 8-7.
So do we still have racing gammons here?
Yeah, there are some. For sure there are some. I mean, you're still more likely to win a gammon than you are to lose, I think. Yeah, for sure. Kit is a favorite to save. That has perhaps changed. There might have been a point where it was a favorite to lose a gammon. 6-2 will have to come out. 5-1, I guess you just take it off, huh? Yeah, this is safer, but
right. Saving is
it seems like it seems like a gammon is highly desirable and somewhat close. I mean, not like super close, but it's more or less transposes, except you would have an extra man off. No, sorry. Those are transposes.
Yeah, just transposes. Oh, look at this. It's found a way to make something interesting.
Yeah, but he still needs a lot of help in order to win.
And the gammon is, whoa, hello, okay.
So winning is out of the question.
Well, 4 checkers could be slow. Let's see how he does. Oh.
Yeah, 4 checkers can be slow.
That's pretty slow. David, you could suddenly find yourself in the lead here.
I think he needs a set, right? Three and 4 down. How many checkers are left? It's very hard to see how many are off and how many are left.
There are 9 checkers on the board.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if there's 5, 7, 6, 8, or 9, but I believe you.
That's my guess.
Okay.
More than 1 comes off from there we go. So I think I'm still with
like there's at least 5. Yeah. So this will just be a single. What do you do here? You do this?
So you're only losing to double five.
No, wait. He could have gone. He could have gone 12 to 8 and 12 to 8 and 10 to 4, right? That would have been off on everything. Yeah. Because he plays 8 to 3, 6 to 1 twice, and 5 off. Small technical mistake from Kit. That seems unusual, but.
Two away, three away. Now we're
three away, 4 away.
Sure, your math is better than mine. 3 away, 4 away.
So now it's very close to an even match. I mean, Kit's only up by 1 point.
And in fact, it's not the most important point. So yeah, it's very close here. Yeah. There are subtleties to the score. I mean, there are definitely things that.
Yeah, I mean, Kit is a favorite. You know, having a 1 point lead is better than not. Double 4 is 9 and 4, I believe. Yeah, you can't even move the backgammon, so.
So 9 for sure, and then that could be 5 or not.
Well, 4. I think the 4 is better than the 9. And he's making the 2 point, but I think the 9 point is better, at least to me. You make a blocking point in front of him, and you have more builders to attack.
Hard here. Yep.
And it's also kind of awkward once you've made the 2. 6-4 is a hit.
And is it a cube? So once again, you do
think so.
Your gammons are really happy. I mean,
if you roll a 3, it's like a monster position, right? I think it's a reasonable cube.
David is still trailing and he loves his gammons, and
would have been an easy take for Kit, but now he's lost the market, right? Whatever the 5 is, it's like a huge market loss.
Kit's going to try to mix it up, but yeah, this is definitely a pass.
Yeah.
You guys back in no structure and being shot at. Could Dave be too good?
There is some possibility, but it doesn't seem consistent.
You are actually on the bar point board.
Doesn't seem consistent with his previous. I think he's thinking it's maybe not good enough.
He thinks it's not good enough, which is.
Yeah, that's far from the case. He may play on if things go his way, though.
He'll suddenly find himself too good.
Yeah, now it is too good, and he may. No, he just goes for the cube. Yeah. Yeah. Kit is looking at it. I would have passed already. Okay. You just wanted to maybe not do anything too quickly.
Okay, well, happy 4th of July, everyone. In the spirit of things, I'm going to eat a grilled burger. Hello, everyone. There we go.
Looks like a lettuce wrap. So 8-8. So now it is an even match. It's exciting. Three one makes the 5. It's anyone's game here. What's 4-3 do? Do you play 2 down? Do you play 21 and 9? I think you played 21 and 9.
Really? This looks right to me. I mean, I guess you don't want to be hit, and that's what happened. But this looks pretty reasonable to me.
In the face was a 5 point, you want to come up rather than create more blots. But ooh, this is just like a double and a pass. That was fast.
So I'm sorry, David fan right on the.
Oh, maybe is it like some sort of a take? Hey, so at the score you pass earlier than you do normally.
You do.
And David does pass. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So now it's totally 3-way.
I knew what I was talking about. I knew we could.
5-3 makes the 3-point. Yeah, there's a lot of this score is a really interesting one. There's a lot of cube intricacies of this score. Sometimes you can take earlier, sometimes you can take later, sometimes you can double earlier, sometimes you can double later. It's a very tricky score.
And it comes up all the time.
Yeah. How do you play 6-2? I think. Well, 6 is out to the 15. Oh, sorry. That's Kit's roll. Yeah, 6 is out to 18.
I don't know about that. I think I might have hit on the 4-point. I don't know.
This is gonna be really strong, like either too good or just a double pass, unless Kit rolls like a 3-2. I don't think it's too good after 3-4. I think you double.
I agree. And this looks like a very clear pass, especially when you've got that slight lead here.
Yeah.
And there's gammons and all those things. So I can't imagine what Kit's going to do here.
This looks like the best play, but it still just looks like a monster double on pass. You can play on much earlier at this score than you could at normal scores. But even so, this looks like such a huge cube that at any normal score that I still wouldn't consider playing on the score. So 9-9, 2-away, the match of the quickies.
I believe people have written about this score. I believe we all know what the properties are here. It'll be interesting to see. I don't expect Kit to like double in first roll.
I don't expect there to be a double immediately, to be honest. Although I do expect there to be a double if Kit doesn't do anything special here.
Well, I'm not. I mean, but should there be? I mean, if Kit fans with both, I think it's a play on. Actually,
no, it's actually a double and take.
This is a double take.
It should be, but it's not.
I guess Kit's. I mean, so
don't care about getting gammoned.
Don't care about it.
You just want to win.
True enough. Sure.
Now it's. I mean, okay. Now it's still a double and a take, but. I mean, there are situations where you can have reached a play on, and then you should play on. But, you know, normally if you're going to win a gammon, like, you're happier if the cube is on 2. Because sometimes you don't win a gammon and you only win a single game, right?
So
this is a super easy take, but we'll see what Kit does. This would be a monster blunder to pass.
So you look at this position and your autonomic nervous system says this is troublesome, but it's troublesome because of the gammons, right? So you're
yes. That was a big one.
I mean, we'll take a look, but yeah, I mean, it's not like you're winning the game, but a lot of what's bad about that position is the gammons, which don't matter.
He's already made his ace point and his 3-point. It's not like he's priming you. And if you just make an anchor, any anchor, like you have a very decent game.
So now Kit is playing Gammon Go. Kit is looking for.
Yeah, Kit is looking for a gammon.
This is Crawford, of course. So this is.
Now the gammons are really making a difference because they end the match immediately, and you know a win only gets you to 50%. Yeah, it's Crawford game. Even though the cube is there, double 4 is a very good roll. I'm not sure how to play it. 1 hits for sure. I guess you make the 9, and then you make the 2-point.
I mean, there's also, Paul Weaver would be looking at making the ace and 3 points.
You could make the ace and hit, but then you can't make another point. If you could hit, make the ace and make another point, that would be a really strong play.
All right. Well, Kit knows what he wants to do. He certainly has a
4-2 looks like it hits on the ace.
Yeah. Yep. I guess that is consistent with the theme of this score.
Consistent with gammon go. It is a big swing if you win a gammon.
The gammon go is still very much on. Now you can.
Do you play like a 5-3? Do you make the 4 or do you make the ace?
3-2.
3-2 has to make the ace, right?
Talk to B4, right? From the 6 point?
Yeah.
Yep. Kit sees it.
Yep.
2 on the bar. If Dave does not roll a 6, lots of interesting things can happen here.
No, yeah. This gets interesting.
Well, Kit certainly seems to know what he is doing here.
Yeah, it just covers and hits.
And hits.
If David ever hits back, he has the 5 point. So like he has a very strong counterattack if he can ever like actually hit back.
Which he does.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, this is great to have a 13-point match with, 11-point match and a.
It's exciting. He has to come out with the 6. Oh, sorry, you can hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this is just on a knife edge between maybe trying to win 2 points or losing immediately.
Yeah.
I think Dave is now in.
He's not a favorite, but he's very happy with the result from where it was. I think David is still an underdog, especially,
Well,
gammon considerations.
Fewer gammons and now he's anchored, so great shape.
Well, I mean, he's a favorite in the match because he has an extra point, but
Yep.
Yeah, now he's also a favorite in the game. So
it was doing what he was supposed to.
Yeah. I think he played it well, but you just hope he doesn't roll a 3 and then you win the match outright. But instead, when he does roll a 3, you have to live with this. This is a great shot, double ace, making 4. Like that really puts some teeth in his position. Is that double 3?
I think it is double 3s. Can't move the
back. Good roll. Yeah.
So you could just
make the bar. Oh, you can make the 4. Yeah.
I guess you're hoping for a fly shot somewhere random.
Yeah. He could roll a 6 right now. He could roll a 5. Even if he rolls an ace, like, do you even hit with this? I think you just go 8-5.
Yeah, 8-5 is very, very solid position.
Yeah. Like getting hit back would be a complete disaster. So 8-5 seems like the move. And even if you hit, like, you haven't gained that much. Like, what have you really gained? You send a man back, but like he already has men back. And so
good play.
Yep. 3-2. I think it's 10 and 22. Like, you need to get out from the 24 before you just die there. 3-1 is 8-4.
Yeah, it's funny how much that 5-point board really hampers. It looks like David wants to hit or do something, but 8-4 looks reasonable.
You want to hit if you can make a point at the same time.
So 22.
5 anchors and plays to the 5 point. And, it's a decent result for Kit. I mean, given that he's not getting a gammon, oh man, 6-4, he has to come out with both.
So Kit has a few fly shots. Whoops, he's just
that's an 8-4. Yep. Yeah, 6-4. Okay.
So these are big shots for Kit, and they could well be gammonish if he managed to hit one.
So it'd be a big swing if he rolled a 9 or 11. Ooh.
Wait. Is that you've got? Yeah, that is.
Yeah, the other one's with 13. If you had played the 8-4, you could have hit the other one. This is a huge. So 3 is there. I think you continue to get the 5 because 6 needs to come out. I mean, you would hit obviously, but you don't have a 5 to play.
Interesting, right? So you don't want to duplicate your
diversify. You diversify your numbers.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's fewer shots, but I think diversification is more important.
5 and 4 looks like it does all the things Kit wants.
Yeah, this is a huge swing. I mean, Kit's a favorite in the match now, I guess.
Well, coming in with 1 is really big. Kit has lots of good numbers, but doesn't do everything.
Must
hit. That's what he's trying.
It is definitely a favorite in the match, right? He has to roll a 3 here, or it's like almost over. Not quite, but
Kit's 4s are duplicated. He covers. And
covering is huge, and I mean, Kit.
Yeah, Dave can save this. I mean,
it's the best way to save is to hope he never escapes the last man.
Right.
He just has to crack his board. You can save after he escapes, but it's much harder.
We roll the double 5s after he escapes. Good.
Yeah. A little bit too late. Still, there's no such thing as a gin gammon. I think you just take it off here.
You're surely going to take 1 off. It's maybe thinking about playing from 4 to 3, but 2 off seems right. You want to win again. That's the goal.
There is no such thing as a gin gammon.
So really good for the gammon.
Now you wish you would have made the play with the 2-1.
Got a little bit of shock equity. Don't roll your 6-5 here.
Would you roll over double 6? I don't even know. There's no shot.
Safe.
2. Nice roll. David needs a 3 or a fan.
He gets a 3.
3 is okay.
He
really wants the shot.
He gets the small number.
Would have been better to fan. This is going to be really tough for him.
It looks like he's well on his way to win yet another Masters.
Ooh.
It's a shot.
Yeah.
So does he make
I think you played 2-1, right?
Play 2-1 so that in the worst case you don't get another guy.
Maybe not. Maybe you take a man off. Because what if he rolls double 6? Do you lose the gammon?
Oh, and a quick resign there. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kit. You have been a champion in probably 7 or 9 different decades now.
Congrats to Kit. Different things. Well done, Kit. That was an exciting match. There was some real fireworks at the end. And,
I mean, that was great for drama and lots of lead swings right at the end there. I think when we look at the tape, we're going to see a lot of missed opportunities from Dave, a little bit more cube leverage than he realized. But the checker play, I think, was very good. We saw a few cases that we disagreed with, but the checker play was certainly at the master level, which is why we're here. Congratulations to both of you. Good to see you, Matt.
Yeah, good to see you. This was fun, Let's do it more often.
Yeah, let's do it more often. Sounds good. Congratulations.